New Deal for Youth is all about bringing the kinds of policies that young people need into reality.
New Deal for Youth is really unique for bringing together young people who have a lot of experience with advocacy at the local level or at the state level, but to bring that into the national context and really inform the national policy strategy that would help young people everywhere.
This whole New Deal for Youth project that's led out of CLASP is important because it is solution-oriented.
We had more than 500,000 more young people living in poverty in 2022 than we did in the year before. We have more than half of young people reporting that they're having some difficulty meeting their basic expenses. We continue to have 3 out of 4 young people saying that they are experiencing anxiety or depression. We are having unprecedented levels of criminalization of young people in their schools where they're supposed to be safe and experiencing community. Young people really need something different in this country, and that's why they're all here to help us get this New Deal for Youth. I really love the Week of Action because we get to really lean into young people's leadership.
The Week of Action gives changemakers from New Deal for Youth a chance to connect with one another and with folks from the administration and really push for them to be in alignment with what's best for young people.
So we have a whole bunch of components to the Week of Action. We kicked it off with a festival that was open to the public.
We had folks from different organizations coming to build community with one another to uplift young people.
Spaces like this give an opportunity for us to speak and amplify our voices and our needs.
This is my first event with CLASP, and from what I get from it so far, it's definitely about community, bringing people together, having the youth feel heard and seen.
Before I got involved with New Deal for Youth, I was very uneducated on how policy and activism go hand in hand. Now that I've been a part of the organization for about 3 years, I now know how policy and advocacy and activism all work together to make a greater change.
One thing that's misunderstood, I think, about young people is that young people don't have the skills or the competencies to understand or be able to actually implement their ideas. But when placed with resources, I think you see that these young people's ideas provide the change that's needed.
We have our administrative roundtable where we met with folks from the Biden administration,
including housing and urban development, youth workforce development and training, and health and human services. And these folks are going to be in conversation with the young people about priorities that we have. So it's really trying to start a dialogue.
We're having a teach-in to get young people from all around DC out to learn about power analysis and how to engage with lawmakers and how they can work for change.
Educating them about advocacy, getting involved in government.
So we have a range from young people from high school students just to college students who are down here who are helping to kind of lead and facilitate some of the training that we're doing, but also just learning from the experiences of other young people as well.
New Deal for Youth's policy agenda is really sophisticated because it's multi-platform, it's intersectional, and it brings issues together that might be otherwise dealt with separately, but all of these issues are related. All of these issues are youth issues, and that's the approach that we bring to the Hill. Then we have Hill Day, and on Hill Day we meet with legislators to share different bills that are important to young people and that reinforce our priorities.
The last election actually turned on young people and their turnout, and we really need lawmakers to understand that they're accountable to young people, that they need to be making policy with young people at the center.
If not for the Week of Action, a lot of these lawmakers would not get to see what young people really care about and implement that into their own policy agendas.
CLASP gives us a platform that we would not have otherwise.
CLASP has been such a great partner. So to see them take it up to the next level, really creating and cultivating a space where young adult leaders can actually be the drivers of power is wonderful.
We really want to carry this momentum forward, engaging with the young people in our community about getting out the vote, about the importance of the elections that are coming up. We're also moving into a period where we'll be drafting legislation to write the parts of the New Deal for Youth into law that don't exist yet. We have some folks who are helping to plan a White House summit, lots of exciting things to come, lots more energy and movement to come to make sure that we really get this change that we want.